Hey guys, what's going on? This is DJ TLM. You're watching DJ TLM TV. It's Friday. It's time for another Q&A video, and today I want to talk to you about freestyle DJing. If you've seen my earlier videos, you know that I describe my style as freestyle because I don't prepare my sets. And I receive questions about that every now and then. And I received a question yesterday from Mustafa. And Mustafa wanted to know what I mean when I say freestyle and how he can become a freestyle DJ. So he says he knows that I bring a lot of different music to the club when I go to play, but he wants to know if I prepare my cue points or if I do everything on the spot, and just to talk about freestyle DJing. So, like I said, first and foremost, I just call it freestyling. It's not like a known term. I just call it freestyle because I don't prepare my sets. A lot of DJs like to prepare their sets, so they'll sit at home or in the studio and they'll select all the tracks that they're going to play that night. They'll make a track list. They'll check out all the parts where they'll make the transition from song to song. They might write down the BPM, make cue points at all the transition points, and really prepare their set from A to Z. And that can lead to a very tight performance. So if you want to make the performance tight, it could definitely help to prepare at least a portion of your set or your entire set. I just never really liked to be to hold myself to a certain list. So I didn't like to make a list like, oh, I'm going to play this and then that and then that, because I don't know if the crowd is going to feel it. I like to go off the crowd. So that's why I prefer to do it freestyle. Now, does freestyle DJing mean that you just go in there totally unprepared? Well, no, of course not. So let me start by taking you back to the vinyl days right here. So before all the digital stuff, when I was playing with vinyl, what I would do when I was going to a club is I would just grab all sorts of tracks out of my selection if I knew what kind of party I was playing. So if I knew it was going to be like a hip hop and R&B party, I knew what type of songs I wanted to take with me, and I would fill up 3 or 4 crates, which is way too much, but I wanted to have enough music with me, and I would fill those crates. But I would do that so I would know what music I had in the crates. So when I was playing and I was feeling a certain, catching a certain vibe from the crowd, I knew exactly, okay, I want to play this track, I have it right here. I want to play that track, I have it right here, because in your head, you can still see all the tracks that you put in your crate that day. So that definitely helped me out, and that is a form of preparation. So you do prepare to make sure that you know what kind of music you have with you. Now, of course, taking it to the digital age where we are now, you bring a lot more music, and you don't have to put the music in your computer every time. It's already in there. Now, you could make a crate. Just make a crate for that evening, or if you're playing with CDJs, you might make a special flash drive for that evening. But a lot of times you might have a standard set of crates that you bring that will work with a lot of crowds. But so I'm not selecting all that music, but the preparation that you do definitely do. For instance, cue points, I don't make my cue points on the spot. When I'm playing and I have a certain feeling, or I feel that I want to play a certain track, I don't want to load that track in the club and have to make my cue points there. That's too late. The cue points need to be there when I'm playing. So I will make my cue points at home, and most of my cue points are basic cue points. Like I have a cue point at the first beat, I might have one at the beginning of the first verse, I wanted to break. Not that many, but something like that. And especially now with Serato Flip coming out, or it's out now, I might start to prepare a couple of flips on certain tracks. I'll make a separate video talking about flip though. So there is preparation that goes into that. Same as analyzing tracks. I make sure all my tracks are analyzed, so I have the BPM, and I might analyze them with mixed in key to have the key if I feel like doing a lot of mixing with key. I don't do that a lot, but also I will be doing a video about that in my mix tutorial series. But I digress. Let me go back. So there is preparation. I just don't like to prepare my track list. So I like to know what kind of music I have with me. I like to make sure that the tracks are prepared, so the cue points are set. And then I just go off the vibe of the crowd and how I'm feeling that night. And it's all about reading that crowd. So using your eyes and using your ears. So when I play a certain track that I know is a banger and that works with the crowd, I'll throw it in. And if I don't see a certain amount of hands going up, or I don't hear enough oohs and ahs, then that gives me a signal that this might not be the crowd for that type of music. I might try one more song that's in the same lane, see if that works. If that also doesn't get that hype reaction, I know I have to switch to something else. And I like to have that freedom. And if I'm stuck to a track list, I don't have that freedom. So that's why I like to do what I call freestyle DJing, and you can do the same. It's all about just bringing songs, making sure that you know what you have, and just go off your own vibe and the crowd reaction. So that's basically all there's to it. It's not a big scientific thing, and that's the way I prefer to do it. But it doesn't mean that you can't have certain mixes that you like to do. For instance, if you like a mix between two tracks, you did that mix before, but you know it works, you can definitely do that again on the spot. It doesn't mean that everything has to be freestyle and never done before. Just make sure that if you're playing at a weekly location and you play there every week, that you don't do that same mix every week, because then the crowd will start to see a pattern there. And I don't know, I like to keep it fresh and surprise the crowd when I can. So that's all the info. I hope that helps you out, Mustafa, and everyone else who wanted to know about freestyle DJing. If you have more questions, you know where to reach me, DJTLMTV at DJTLM.com. Make sure to hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the info, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I have a lot of videos on the way and you don't want to miss out on any one of those. Starting tomorrow, it's Saturday, and I have a new Saturday session video for you, so I'll be back then. Peace out.